And now we are going to listen to the welcoming speech delivered by the Secretary of the Department of Islamic Economics, IPB University. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Laili Dwi Arsyanti.
Thank you, Ms. Aya. Respectable and esteemed partners from IBF Net Group, Vice Rector of IPB University, Professor Dr. Dodi Rahmat, Dr. Muhammad Obaidullah, Brother Muhammad Alim, and our distinguished speakers, Dr. Nida Khan and Dr. Ivan Syafibek, the Dean of the Faculty of Economics and Management, Professor Nunung Nuryatono, his representative, the head of the Department of Islamic Economics, Dr. Asad Halim, all committees and distinguished participants from all around the world. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat sore dan salam sejahtera bagi kita semua. Good afternoon to all of you. Alhamdulillah, in this very good afternoon, we can gather here to witness the moment of MOU signing between Islamic Business and Finance Net Group and IPB University. This program is the extended collaboration of the Islamic Economics Winter Course, which was held on last September. First of all, allow me to extend my sincere gratitude and a warm welcome to all of you, our notable and esteemed partner IBF Net Group. I would like to express my gratitude to Dr. Muhammad Obaidullah, who was also one of our speakers in the Islamic Economics Winter Course, and to Brother Muhammad Alim for his participation in the signing of the MOU. And it is a pleasure to have this online event. We hope this MOU become a kick-off for further many collaborations ahead. We also would like to send our gratitude for Dr. Nida Khan, who will deliver an FT in the era of metaverse, and Dr. Ivan Syafibek, who will give a talk regarding utilization of digital technology for Islamic social finance development in Indonesia. And I would like to congratulate Dr. Ivan Syafibek for being awarded as the Outstanding Islamic Social Economic Activist by Bank Indonesia, the Central Bank of Indonesia. Congratulations, Dr. Ivan. And as we all know, the pandemic moment has brought us to a new normal life, where we get to use to have virtual meetings globally, even for local events. We are also expecting hybrid manner as well. And this phenomenon persuades or motivate individuals to gradually change their economic behavior into tech-savvy community. So the Department of Islamic Economics and the Faculty of Economics and Management attempt to collaborate with as many as possible other technology platforms in this regard. As IBF Net is awarded for the best emerging Islamic fintech platform of 2021 by Global Islamic Finance Award, GIFA. We are looking forward to accelerate the collaboration, including joint research and international seminars, joint supervision, joint publication, and also as a medium for students to learn and familiarize with the global fintech platform. We wish to have, we hope we have a further fruitful discussion as our educational endeavor on behalf of the Department of Islamic Economics, the Faculty of Economics and Management, IPB University, and Dr. Laili Dwi Arsyanti, the Deputy Head of Department of Islamic Economics. I would like to deliver the greetings from the Dean of the Faculty of Economics and Management and the Head of the Department. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you so much, Madam Laili Dwi Arsyanti, for delivering the speech. Excellencies, speakers, and participants, ladies and gentlemen. Now we are going to listen to our distinguished speaker, Dr. Nida Khan. The first lecture will discuss about NFTs in the era of the metaverse. So Dr. Nida is very incredible. She's the founder and CEO of Mesh Fintech X, a Luxembourgish startup providing software solutions specializing in blockchain and AI. And she is also ranked as the 12th most influential woman in Islamic business and finance in 2019 and 2020. And she's also the Director of Technology of IBF Net Group. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Nida Khan.
Thank you, Ayla. So I'll just share my screen. Let me know if it is visible to everybody.
Yes, we can see.
So can you see the screen now?
Yes, we can see, Doctor.
Okay, so Assalamu alaikum, everybody, and a warm welcome to all of you. I'll be talking about NFTs in the era of metaverse. I'll briefly discuss what exactly metaverse means. Then I'll talk about the meaning of NFTs. And then I'll delve into talking about how NFTs can impact the economy. And then we'll discuss some use cases whereby NFTs can be used in the metaverse. So what exactly is the metaverse? The term was first coined by Neil Stephenson in a novel that came in 1992 by the name of Snow Crash. And it was a cyberpunk novel. Now, the word cyberpunk was coined by Bruce Bethke in 1982. And basically, it indicated a futuristic urban society which was characterized by lawlessness and which was dominated by computers. So based on that, the metaverse, as Neil Stephenson saw in his novel, was a 3D virtual world where people were represented as avatars and they could interact with each other and with other artificial intelligent agents. Now, how do you understand this concept of interacting with intelligent agents? So we are doing this every day in our lives. For example, your interaction with Alexa or Siri is an interaction with an intelligent agent. Now, when we talk about avatars, so any electronic image that you use to represent yourself in the digital world, any icon you use is your avatar or your representation in the digital world. Now, coming to a more practical definition of metaverse, I would like to highlight 3 scenarios in the real world. So basically, you have someone here who's working. Then you have someone, a couple of people here who are socializing. Then you see a child playing here. So these are 3 different situations in the real world. Now, how do you perceive the real world? So we basically use 3 dimensions, which is length, width, and height. And we use another dimension of time, but that's not within the scope of our discussion as of now, because it's not relevant when you consider it in the context of the metaverse. The time would remain the same, whether you are in the real world, whether you are in the metaverse, from my perspective. Now, there are other theories as well, whereby we talk of other dimensions in the universe. So we have the bosonic string theory, which indicates that there are 26 dimensions. Then we have the superstring theory, which indicates that there are 10 dimensions. Then there's the M theory, which indicates that there are 11 dimensions. But for our discussion related to the metaverse, we'll just restrict ourselves to the 3 dimensions, because basically we observe and interact in the 3-dimensional world. The way we perceive objects is only on the basis of 3 parameters: the length, the width, and the height. Now, so you see that these are 3 different situations. Now, what will happen if you couple it with different technological aids, like, for example, a virtual reality headset, an augmented reality headset, a digital sensor, and probably some other sophisticated software? So what you will be transcended into a simulated environment, consider this, which will make you perceive things which are not present in the real world. So you can be in a virtual office whereby you are interacting with other people. Again, your representation in that virtual office would be by means of an avatar or an icon that you use to represent yourself. And your perception in that environment would be similar to the way you see things in the real world, in the 3D world. The only difference would be that you still exist in the real world, but what you are perceiving in this simulated environment is on account of technology. Now consider the scenario whereby you have people, let's assume they are in three different locations of the world. But by virtue of technology, you can feel as if all three of you are in the same room. And you can interact with each other and through sensors get the same feeling or perception as you would while interacting in the real world. Now consider this from the perspective of the pandemic, when we had senior citizens staying alone at home. If we were using something akin to this, then these senior citizens in one part of the world could interact with their children and get the same feeling as if the children were present in the same home. So obviously the reaction of the body would be similar as you would see in the real world, because through this simulated environment and the sensors, you make the body perceive things that do not exist. Now, consider this scenario whereby you see a child playing alone. By virtue of technology, you can have a hologram of a person playing with this child. So he's no longer playing alone. He has a partner in his play activity. And this is referred together as the virtual world, as the metaverse. So basically, it's a virtual world where people can work, they can socialize, they can play and do tasks that they do in the real world, getting the same feeling. So this practically would be the metaverse as we perceive it. And there are a couple of companies that are investing in the software and hardware for the metaverse. So we have Apple, who's going to launch augmented reality products in 2022. Google in the past had come up with cardboard and glass. Facebook has rebranded itself to Meta, indicating its focus on the metaverse, and it's working on coming up with a robotic hand, VR glasses, and other software. Microsoft came up with HoloLens. So what I'm telling you here is just a few examples of the things that are being done or have been done. And then we have Valve, which came out with an index handset. Now, there are estimations that there's an opportunity of a $1 trillion market here. And so it is envisaged that more and more companies will be joining to produce tools for the metaverse. And startups would join the bandwagon as well, because investors are looking into this space. Now, coming to our second keyword for the webinar, NFT. What exactly is an NFT? So it is an acronym for a non-fungible token. And before we move to understanding what is a non-fungible token, it is very important to understand basically what is a fungible asset and what is a non-fungible asset. So a fungible asset is any asset that you can interchange directly. So for example, fiat currencies or shares can be interchanged with a similar kind. But when we talk of a non-fungible asset, example, real estate, car, we cannot do this direct interchange without perhaps going through a route where we first do a valuation of the real estate, sell it, get the necessary cryptocurrency or fiat currency in our hand, and then purchase another real estate, perhaps of the similar kind. So it's not directly interchangeable with a similar kind of an asset. Now, when you talk about representing this asset, you can use a token. So basically a token is a representation of something. When you represent a non-fungible asset, you basically use a non-fungible token. And this is where the NFTs come from. Now, what kind of assets can be represented by a non-fungible token? We can represent physical assets, then we can represent digital assets as well. Then an example of physical asset that can be represented is a home. An example of digital asset can be a video clip, it can be a PDF, it can be a presentation, it can be a spreadsheet, it can be digital art. So basically any kind of digital media or digital asset can be represented by means of an NFT. Now, what is so special about this NFT? Okay, I talked about a non-fungible token. So basically we understand that it represents ownership of a unique underlying asset. So the asset can be physical, the asset can be digital. It's not interchangeable with a similar kind without going through the route of exchange into fiat currency or cryptocurrency. Now, this ownership record is recorded on the blockchain platform. So the NFTs exist on the blockchain platform. They are implemented by virtue of a smart contract, and all the details or all the information in the NFT is stored on the blockchain platform, which is a permanent database. So any transactions that take place through the NFT, for example, you own a physical asset. Now you want to transfer this ownership to another individual. So all that again will be recorded in the blockchain platform. Now we'll talk about the impact of NFTs on the economy. As you all saw that what happened when the NFTs came into the markets through the digital art world, there was a lot of adoption. So people who were not using the blockchain platform came forward and started using it. So now NFTs are seen as an emerging asset class. And it is envisaged that it's going to support digital transformation and speed up the blockchain adoption, which and evidence of which we have already seen, because it attracted diverse users into the blockchain community. Now, what we will also see with time is that the decentralized finance, basically these are financial products or services that have been built upon a decentralized network like a blockchain. They will see an increase in applications that use NFTs. Now, what will happen is this can increase the outreach of financial activities in the digital economy. So consider it from the perspective of unbanked and underbanked who do not have access to the conventional financial services. But by virtue of a blockchain-based wallet, they can participate in the financial activity. And using applications built on DeFi and NFTs, they can indicate ownership of assets which perhaps are insignificant in the eyes of the traditional financial institutions because of the low value they command. But they can also participate in financial or business activities when they can indicate the ownership of the assets that they have with other people who are in the same income group that they are in. So this will help to increase the outreach of financial activities or help in financial inclusion. Then we can also talk in terms of scaling social finance to achieve the SDG goals by means of NFTs. And a software solution produced by my company deals exactly with this. We are using NFTs to target climate change. Then another thing that we see in the NFT space is that people integrated artificial intelligence. They use generative adversarial networks to come up with novel designs in art and digital media. And this will lead to innovation in this subsection of the economy. So designs perhaps that were not seen before will be seen in the market. And this will help to expand the area of architecture, art, and digital media. Now, we will see new digital business models whereby wherever ownership validation is required by means of a collateral where you have to indicate the ownership of the asset, then NFTs can come into play here. Now, what will happen is that all this will lead to an open economy where you will see cost reduction, you will see transparency brought by the use of the blockchain platform. You will see that there are novel revenue generating streams and transactions will happen in real time. And this will lead to the development of the metaverse. So I'll talk about this in the next slides. And in all this will disrupt and revolutionize the financial sector, and you will see exponential economic growth. Now, coming to how NFTs will be useful in the metaverse. So I talked about this virtual environment, which is fully immersive in nature by means of virtual reality. But there's another facet to it. You can still live in or feel as if you're in the real world and use augmented reality to add on to your experience of the real world, perhaps with images or data. So there are two facets to this as I perceive it. One is that you have a completely artificial environment where you perceive things which are not there in the real world. And another is whereby you are in the real world and you use augmented reality to enhance your experience of the real world. Of course, what you see might still not be present in the real world. For example, the image that is imposed in front of you when you use AR headset is not there in real, but it's helping to enhance your experience of the real world. So consider this from this perspective, that we can have a couple of use cases whereby we can use NFTs to not just enhance our utility of the metaverse, but also make it really an avenue of economic importance, as opposed to just seeking it for entertainment or the gaming industry. So first, of course, is the gaming industry. So what we can do through NFTs is that players can own art or let's say other collectibles, which they can exchange with other players. Then there are other connotations of this as well. We can have collectors who can participate in collecting rare pieces of a digital asset or a physical asset, and the ownership can be indicated by means of NFTs. And all this can happen in a virtual environment where the buying and trading is taking place. So it's not just limited to you seeing a simulated environment whereby you just observe and come back. You can engage in economic activities as well. Now, let's talk about the algorithmic art, basically where we use artificial intelligence and produce novel designs. So when you couple this with NFT, any design that has been created, you can grant ownership to it, authenticity to it, and make it tradable. So you can have a virtual gallery whereby people can come and see the different art that is displayed and enter into buying and selling. Now, I would like to highlight a point here. So basically, Islamic art is largely aniconic in nature, which implies that there are no use of figures or live creatures there. And it is one of the first instances in history whereby we see that the patterns, the repetitive patterns in Islamic art were based on algorithmic foundations. So the artisans who produced this kind of Islamic art were skilled in analytical geometry, and they generated the art through a step-by-step sequence of formal equations. Now, same algorithmic art, if you couple it with artificial intelligence and GANs, what you can have is very novel designs, which perhaps were not there before. And then you can sell them and create them by means of a virtual gallery. Now, another facet or a use case for NFTs is, I'm sure all of you are aware that the NFTs nowadays command a very high price, the popular ones. They are very, very expensive. So the average consumer might not be able to buy a single NFT on the whole. So what can happen is that you can divide the NFT into different fractions, and a single consumer can buy only one fraction of the NFT or two fractions, depending upon his budget, of course, and still be a part of owning that NFT. Now, this sale and purchase of NFT can be set up through auctions, and these can be virtual auctions in the metaverse. Now, I mentioned to you that NFTs are on the blockchain platform. So all the transactions, all the transfer of ownership is recorded on the blockchain platform. Now, as an original creator of, let's say, a piece of art or a piece of handicraft for people living in remote regions, what they would like is to get repaid each time the item is sold to another person. So this can be built in to the blockchain through the smart contract, and each time the item is sold, the original creator will get some benefit. Now, consider this from the perspective of so many SMEs who have to go to distribution platforms like, say, big companies, Amazon, Alibaba, to market their products. So what we can have through DeFi is a P2P market, whereby you use NFTs to indicate ownership of the underlying handicraft or any other item. And it can provide a direct market to other people. And this can be a virtual market. The experience can be the same as you would go on, let's say, and visit different shops in a real market. So this is also one advantage that we see here. Now, I would say this is a very important use case where we talk about the integration of DeFi with NFTs. And then we use virtual banks to perhaps simulate the experience that we have in the real world. So imagine a scenario whereby you have a consumer, an avatar of a consumer going to a virtual bank. You have the lending manager, the avatar of the lending manager in this virtual bank interacting with your avatar. And then you want some loan, and this lending manager asks you to provide a collateral for the loan. So what you do is you simply provide an NFT of the asset. You indicate that you own this home, for example, and this is the worth of this home, which is again indicated by the NFT. Now, of course, there are lots and lots of other issues that crop up here. What is the legal validity of the smart contract? What is the recognition this ownership has in the real world? Is it recognized by the notary? So barring all this, and of course, this is the work of regulators, but we can have a world whereby things are settled online in real time in a simulated environment, in the metaverse itself, without us going to do the nitty-gritties that are involved in the real world. So with this, I leave all of you, and I hope the knowledge does benefit you. Thanks a lot for your patience, and I look forward to the questions.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Nida. What have you conveyed really truly gives us fresh insights about NFTs in the era of metaverse. So we're very fortunate to have listened to your presentation today. May Allah bless you, ma'am. And we're continuing to our next agenda to hear from our second lecture to Dr. Irfan Shakibek about utilization of digital technology for Islamic social finance development in Indonesia. Dr. Irfan is a lecturer in the Department of Islamic Economics, IPB University, and currently he is also the member of Board of Commissioner at WAQF Indonesia, or BWI, or Indonesia WAQF Board. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Irfan Shakibek.
Thank you very much. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And a very good afternoon. The Honorable Vice Rector of the IPB University, the Honorable Head of the Department of Islamic Economics, and also the Secretary Department of Islamic Economics, and also our distinguished lecturer, Dr. Nida, who has just shared with us a very wonderful presentation. And for me, who has no IT background, it's a bit new knowledge, yeah, regarding this NFT. And also to my lecturer, Dr. Muhammad Ubaidullah, yeah. So and also my brothers and sisters who have attended this session. So in this very good opportunity, I would like to share with you about the utilization of digital technology in the Islamic social finance development in Indonesia. Yeah, Alhamdulillah, for the past 5 years, although I'm not the one that is directly responsible to manage the IT development, but Alhamdulillah, I have witnessed very tremendous growth, yeah, in terms of zakat development, and inshallah in terms of WAQF development soon in Indonesia because of this digital technology. And as we all know that we have a very huge potential, yeah, in terms of zakat and awqaf. However, when we compare to its actual collection, we can see the gap between the potential of zakat and awqaf with their actual collection. For example, in terms of zakat potential, the actual collection is only 4.3% from its total potential, or it's around 12 trillion rupiah. If it is converted to US dollar, I think it's around almost 900 million US dollar. And for the WAQF sector, the gap is even higher because we are able to collect cash WAQF 0.5% from its total potential. So that's why, in order to reduce this gap, we have conducted what we call as the digitalization of Islamic social finance. And at least we have 4 objectives that want to be achieved through this digitalization. Firstly, we'd like to increase the public trust, because as we know that Islamic social finance is closely related with the public trust. Yeah, we cannot get more donors, the Muzaki and the WAQF, unless they have trusted us. Yeah, so that's why increasing the public trust is very important. Secondly, through digitalization, we also want to promote the literacy and lifestyle of Islamic social finance, because it's very important. According to our latest survey, it is found that the literacy level of awqaf is in the low category, while for the zakat is in the moderate category. So it means that we need to increase our education and socialization on the zakat and waqaf, so that the literacy of the people can be improved. The third one is to optimize the potential of Islamic social finance. Yeah, that means we want to reduce the gap between the potential and the actual collection. And fourthly, last but not least, is on the development of the ecosystem, digital ecosystem. It is very important for us to develop an integrated digital ecosystem that can connect all the strategic stakeholders, yeah, of zakat and waqaf. That's why the presence of digitalization of Islamic social finance is very important. And if you look at in detail, yeah, the progress in each sector, mainly on zakat sector and waqaf sector, alhamdulillah, yeah, the digital technology in these two sectors have played very important role. Yeah, the use of digital technology for zakat sector, for example, has been, extensively used in terms of collection, distribution, and operation, yeah, of zakat institution. And efficiency and effectiveness of zakat management can also be increased, yeah, because of this digital technology. And during the COVID-19 pandemic, yeah, the role of digital technology is extremely important, because it makes people, it facilitates people to easily donate their zakat, infaq, and sedekah fund. So that's why the digital technology plays very, very important role. And if we look at the milestone of the digital fundraising of BAZNAS, we have seen that since we initiated the digital fundraising stage, yeah, on the I think in 2016, yeah, we started by cooperating with the crowdfunding platform and e-commerce platform. This is the initial stage of digital fundraising in BAZNAS. BAZNAS, Dr. Nida, is the National Board of Zakat, yeah, of Republic of Indonesia, which is the highest government agency that is given mandate to manage zakat based on Zakat Management Law number 23, 2011. So after the initiation stage, we came to the partnership stage, in which we increased the involvement of various payment channels, yeah, and also various platforms. And in the year 2018, we were able to develop our first chatbot. And then we also developed our own QR code for donation, and partnership with many additional e-commerce platform. And in 2019, we have developed also the second chatbot. And then we have integrated our system with payment channels, yeah, on our website. And we have collaborated with around 40 digital partners, and we are able to develop the new thematic campaign. And at the end of the year, alhamdulillah, the data indicated that the number of muzaki can be made triple, and the number of transaction can be made double. Yeah. And then last year in 2020, we have already collaborated with 80 digital partners, and also we enter the artificial intelligence development, and also we use the virtual reality for donation and augmented reality for donation. Yeah, this is the milestone in the BAZNAs. Yeah, and also okay, and the contribution of digital collection, you can see from 2016 it contributed around 1% to the entire national collection of zakat. But within 4 years, this contribution can be increased to 24%. And I believe this year, the proportion may exceed 30%, yeah, the digital collection. So it shows the importance of this digital channel, yeah, to collect zakat. And this is our strategy. So we have developed our own platform. We collaborate with commercial platform, non-commercial platform. We also create innovative platform such as fintech apps, QRIS campaign, and interactive donation campaign. We also create our own artificial intelligence platform, yeah, like chatbot online apps, voice command virtual assistants. We have Zafira, Zakat virtual assistant. Yeah, so my wife, I told her that I have new online friend. Her name is Zafira, Zakat virtual assistant. Yeah, and then we also expand our campaigns through social media platforms. So this is our digital fundraising strategy. In terms of distribution, we have implemented our Zmart Mobile that connect all the retail business owned by the Mustahik that was given a fund from us, that was funded by Zakat Fund. And then also we have developed our own national Mustahik database system. And since last year, Alhamdulillah, we developed also virtual augmented reality for livestock center. So it means that we can educate our Mustahik breeder, yeah, the way for slaughtering the sheep, the goats, for example, or the cow through a virtual process. Yeah. So this is the development of zakat sector. And then let me come to the WAQF sector, because since February this year, I moved from BAZNAs to Indonesia WAQF Board. Yeah. So of course, WAQF sector in terms of digitalization is like behind the his elder brother Zakat. Zakat is our elder brother, so WAQF is the younger brother. But Alhamdulillah, we have tried to increase, yeah, the digital ecosystem development, yeah, by connecting all the strategic stakeholders. So we try to connect the digital system outside Indonesia WAQF Board. Can you hear my voice?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. So because here it's I see everybody, I mean, it's not moving. So I thought I have problem here. Okay, so we try to connect, yeah, with all partners outside the Indonesia WAQF Board, and internally we also develop our internal digital system. And at the end of the day, we try to come up with the system what we call as the WAQF super apps. So what is the scope of our WAQF digitalization? There are at least 4 scopes that we are working on now. The first one is on the integration of data. And then number 2, we try to increase the online services, yeah, with regard to the registration of Nazir, because in our system, we acknowledge also the presence of individual Nazir as well as the private initiative-based Nazir institution, yeah. And that's why we need to have our own online services for Nazir registration and also database of WAQF system. And now we are in the process of completing the reporting system, because this year it is mandatory for all WAQF institutions to apply the accounting standard, yeah, accounting standard number 112, which is specifically designed by our accountant association for WAQF sector, yeah, and also digital fundraising and development of other WAQF model. So this is just an example what we have done within started February. It means that now, yeah, almost 9 months. Yeah, this is what we have done. in Indonesia WAQF board. So if everybody wants to try to donate your fund here, you can just put your QR reader, yeah, and then try to connect with this. Yeah, this is our QRIS, yeah, for Indonesia WAQF board. And then the last one is the roadmap. Yeah, this is the roadmap for our WAQF digitalization. So from 2021, inshallah, we will come to the year 2022, in which we will be intensifying, the business model of WAQF, and we try to find the innovative scheme that can optimize the WAQF asset. Yeah, because most of the registered WAQF asset is still idle. So that's why we want to optimize it, and we want to make it more productive. And digitalization plays very important role in this regard. And now, inshallah, we are still in the process to improve our services, our online application, our digital ecosystem, and also data reporting engine and national WAQF index. This is very important, and we are also open to partner with any institution that can offer big data and blockchain. We have been in serious discussion with several providers regarding this matter, because the use of blockchain, I think, is very important, because it will increase the transparency and accountability of the operation of zakat WAQF institutions. That's why we are very serious in discussing this aspect, and we hope that we can develop our big data, which is based on blockchain technology, next year in the year 2022. By that, I end my presentation. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you so much, Dr. Irfan. What you have conveyed really truly gives us fresh insights about utilization of digital technology for Islamic social finance development in Indonesia. We are very fortunate to have listened to your presentation today. May Allah bless you, sir. And now we are going to move to our most waiting agenda. There is a MOU signing between IBF Net and Department of Islamic Economics of Faculty of Economics and Management, IPB University. But first, we would like to request to Professor Dr. Dodik Giridun Rahmat as a Vice Rector of International Affairs of IPB University to deliver remarks on the partnership between IBF Net and IPB University. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Professor Dr. Dodik Giridun Rahmat.
Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon to all of you, all participants,
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Respected and esteemed partners from IBF Net Group, Dr. Muhammad Ubaidullah, Brother Muhammad Alim, all committees and distinguished participants from all around the world. First of all, please allow me to extend my sincere gratitude and a warm welcome to all of you, our honorable and esteemed partner, IBF Net Group. As the representatives of IPB University, I would like to introduce first the Dean of the Faculty of Economics and Management, Professor Nunung Nuryartono, the Head of Department of Islamic Economics, Dr. Asep Nurhalim, the Secretary of the Department of Islamic Economics, Dr. Laili Dwi Arsyanti. I would like to express my gratitude to Brother Muhammad Alim for his participation in the signing of the Memorandum of Understanding between IPB and IBF Net Group to kick off a new collaboration. Both institutions, in my opinion, are ripe for collaboration. And while we are unable to meet physically due to the pandemic, it is a pleasure to have this online Memorandum of Understanding ceremony. I wish us both continued health. As technologies have occupied into every scope of our everyday lives, the emergencies of the technologies has brought to some development of a process that can persuade or motivate individuals to change their economic behaviors. IPB University attempted to connect and collaborate with numerous technology platforms. And one of the best technology platform is IBF Net, which awarded for the best emerging Islamic fintech platform of 2021 by the Global Islamic Finance Award. The previous discussion between our international offices provided us with numerous insights into how strategically important it is for IPB and IBF Net Group to collaborate. The signing ceremony serves as a catalyst for increased collaboration between IPB and IBF Net Group. We do hope that following the signing, collaboration will accelerate in a variety of areas, including joint research, joint international seminars, joint supervision, and joint publication. I wish you an engaging signing ceremony and a fruitful discussion on behalf of IPB University. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi
wabarakatuh. Thank you so much, Professor Dodik, for your warm remarks. As we have heard the remarks from Professor Dodik Ridho Nur Rahmat as Vice Rector of International Affairs of IPB University, now we are going to hear the remarks from CEO of IBF Net. So, Brother Muhammad Alim, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Brother Muhammad Alim.
Honorable Vice Rector, IPB University, heads of department, members from academia, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum, and a very good afternoon to all of you. It is a pleasure for me to welcome you all to this event signifying the beginning of cooperation between IBF Net Group and your esteemed university. We immensely value this partnership with you as a premier university in the Nusantara region as we aim to build a community of students, researchers, and professionals exposed to the applications of emerging technologies like blockchain and AI in various areas of the economy. We are specifically focused on the Algorand blockchain technology as we find this to be the technology of the future. It is scalable, secure, decentralized technology coming from some of the finest minds of MIT. Unlike some leading blockchain technologies, Algorand always maintains a carbon negative footprint, contributing positively to the environment. As some of you may be aware, IBF Net Group has already introduced a few certification programs in blockchain technology and its application in Islamic business and finance sectors. It has also introduced platforms and is working on a few more as part of its mother project, which is to build a miniature Islamic economy on the blockchain. Now, I invite all of you to sign up with us as members and benefit from these services in a number of ways. You can visit ibfnet.ie and sign up there. Now, as part of our partnership with your esteemed university, we look forward to undertaking joint research studies, offer training courses, organize webinars and forums at regular intervals, build, incentivize, and maintain a campus community for various programs and activities. With today's webinar, a beginning has been made in this regard. On behalf of IBF Net Group, I congratulate all participants of this webinar, which had presentations on two very important topics by experts who are very well known for their contributions in the field. I look forward to some very useful webinars, research forums, training programs, and discussion events in the near future, inshallah. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Brother Muhammad Alim, for your warm remarks. And we will proceed to our main agenda, the signing of the Memorandum of Understanding for University Partnership between IBF Net and IPB University. So please, to the representative of each party, Professor Dodik Ridho Nur Rahmat and Brother Muhammad Alim, to sign the document. Okay, To Professor Dodik and Brother Alim, please kindly show the agreement to the camera to have photo session, and I will count. And to operator, please kindly take pictures, and I will count from 1 to 3. 1, 2, 3. Very much. So this is the end of our main agenda today in this afternoon session. I would like to remind all of the participants, again, as a special token of appreciation, all webinar participants will be entitled to receive a certificate of participation and a surprise number of IBF cryptos as gift from the IBF Network Exchange or IBF Next. We would like to extend our sincere gratitude to all of our speakers today, and may Allah bless us all. I will also would like to apologize to all attendees as you may felt any inconveniences from us as the committee, and particularly from me as the master of ceremony. And I would like to thank you for your participation in this MOU signing ceremony until the very end. Let's close this agenda by saying alhamdulillah, alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Wa kifara majois subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika asyhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam. Thank you.
Thank you.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Dr.
Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin.
Oke, thank you everybody.
Terima kasih Pak Dodi, terima kasih Pak Irfan. Selamat.
Terima kasih, Pak Dodi.